So would you take us through the interception, and also Coach said that you were maybe a little bit skeptical buying in. What was that about?
Basically off the interception, I was just, thinking really what every football player is make a play. Once the ball came out of the quarterback's hands and I saw it up in the air, I just thought, oh, I got to go get it. Once it got into my hands, it was muscle memory at that point, just going down there making the touchdown. Based off of what Coach Hype said, it's always a transition when you get new coaches coming in. They're feeling you out as well as you're feeling them out. And once we had that one-on-one conversation, not just with Coach Hype, but with the entire staff, we all reached an agreement. We was like, all right, where do we want this team to go? And that was, from there, it was, cake.
Quick follow-up, did you see the flag on your interception return?
I saw it after I turned around after celebrating with my teammates. I saw it. I was like, please don't take it off the board. But it ended up being on them, so it was all good.
Solon, for a guy who's played for 3 coaching staffs and you kind of waited your turn to have this kind of opportunity to play a lot, what did that mean to you? Obviously just one play, but does that carry some added significance because of everything you've been through?
Well, it obviously means a lot, just being able to play for such a prestigious program and really playing for coaches who have gone on and won a lot of games. So just knowing that I didn't have those big opportunities, and now that I'm starting to get the opportunity, I'm just blessed to have the opportunity now.
Hendon, if you were contending for more playing time today, how do you think that came off to the coaching staff?
I feel like I had a pretty good showing. Had some things I can clean up. Be a lot more cleaner in my intermediate game for sure. I was taking care of the ball.
David?
Hendon, can you talk about just the number of, y'all had a lot of 4th downs, y'all were 4 or 5 on, what is that like, and when you're out there, do the nerves creep up when it's 4th down, just kind of, and were you surprised that you had so many 4th downs today?
Honestly, when the 4th down comes around, it's just another down, just playing the play out, try to play every play as this individual play, and executing.
Bill, Vince, and then David in the back.
And then how much of a difference does it make when you're getting first-team reps leading up to a game?
Every game, come in and study and take the mental reps as a starter. So when my time or my number is called, I'm ready to go.
But how much does it help you to get those first-team reps in addition to the mental?
It's pretty much the same, honestly. You're doing the same preparation.
David?
Paige, what was the conversation like with your pops after the game when you got to finally talk to him about the Big Six?
He was just, real happy for me. He's been with me throughout this whole process. He was actually my first coach. So me getting that, the pick 6, and then talking to him after the game, he was just real proud of me, just constantly telling me, man, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, all that.
Wes?
Question for both defensive guys. I know that I think there are only like 8 or 9 teams in the country that hadn't forced a turnover yet coming into today, and y'all were one of them. How much were you itching to go out there and get your hands on some balls and make some plays like that?
Yeah, all week, Coach Banks and Coach Martinez, we were harping on getting turnovers and just making plays on the ball, and I feel like that was our main focus coming into the day, and we executed. We play hard, we play fast, we play when we want to, and it showed. So.
And I guess on that catch, Jaylen, I know you kind of bobbled it for a second. I can see the cast on your hand. Were you thinking like, oh no, like just don't let this one bounce away?
It was trying to get away from me, but I wasn't gonna let it. But it was just trusting my training and my technique. Just making the play. So
Eric, Ryan, then Jimmy.
Jaylen, so it looked like you were seeing the ball a lot better today. Kind of what went into that preparation for you to have a game like you did today?
Right, it was just really locking in on that stuff Monday through Friday, taking the preparation, the stuff to the practice field, to the game, and, just executing. Not being hesitant, just making plays on the ball and trusting what I saw.
Quick follow-up, do you think the team overall took a step in that regard this week compared to maybe before week 2?
Most definitely. Like I said, as a defensive side of the ball, we focused on making plays and creating turnovers, and it showed Monday through Friday, and it obviously showed on Saturday today. So it was a big focal point on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
Hendon, when we spoke with you at the beginning of preseason camp, you kind of stressed that you've been through these competitions before and things like that. So how did you handle it? You know, that you got to start the first game, and how did your experience in those situations maybe help you?
Just being a great teammate at the end of the day, supporting him in any way I can, telling him what I see from the sideline, just being supportive is the biggest factor in the quarterback room when it is a battle, because you push each other every day to be the best that you can be.
Because you've been in those situations, I know how they can change throughout the course of the season. Does that help you when another guy gets the job like that? You feel like I'm still maybe going to have a chance, or how do you kind of look at it?
Just like I said before, just still studying and taking the mental reps as being the starter, and just being prepared when my number's called whenever.
Jaylen, on the zone reads, how many of those are predetermined handoffs? And then when you are having a true read where you hand or keep it, what's the percentage that you feel like you're reading it correctly?
Every one of them, reading it correctly. When it's a zone read, it is a read, so none of them are predetermined handoffs. Yes, sir.
Take a couple more for these guys. Vincent and Adam to finish up.
2 for you, Jaylen. How important, after some of the backups came into the game, how important was it for you guys to finish off with a shutout and have your guys help you get to that finish line?
It was very important, just cheering those guys on, coaching those guys on, because they work as hard as, some of the ones, if not, harder than some of the ones. So just watching them go out there and get their reps and, just harp on them, talking about don't let the foot off the gas and, we want the shutout. So just trusting in those guys and, just being proud of them, watching them play.
And Coach Heckler talked about you guys made some steps in the 48 hours leading into a game because he wasn't happy about it necessarily in the Pitt game. What are some of those things that you noticed as a player that maybe were improved to help you get the result today?
Right. Majority of it was our mental preparation. Looking back at the Pitt game, in the 48 hours, the mental preparation wasn't all the way there, so that was a big focal point this week. In the last 48 hours leading up to kickoff, we really lock in on the mental aspect of things.
Last question, Adam.
For the 2 defensive guys, what has to be there in SEC play that isn't here yet for this team? What has to be better in SEC play?
Just leading up to the game, we got to lock in more. We got to realize that it's all about us. Everybody got to make sure that everybody's on their P's and Q's, not just the ones, but also the 2s, 3s, and even those younger guys. We got to all make sure that we're on each other, not just leave it all up to the coaches.
All right, like Solon said, we determine our own destiny. We determine our own faith. So when we lock in on our assignments, our keys, we play Tennessee football, we're really tough to beat. So that'll be the focal point and what we're preaching on going into SEC play.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.